The makers of Dreen Shampoo are pleased to present the first in a series of new programs starring Don Amici, Danny Thomas, and Francis Langford with Carmen Dragon and his orchestra. In their desire to provide a full half hour of entertainment, the sponsors of this program have instructed me to be brief while extolling the many virtues of Dreen, spelled D-R-E-N-E. No adjectives, however, are to be spared in the description of our triad of star performers. Stars who are as lustrous as your hair after using Dreen Shampoo, spelled S-H-A-M-P-O-O. Now, here is your host for this evening, the amiable and talented gentleman who succeeds in rolling many facets into a career as an actor, singer, country squire, horse breeder, football impresario, and family man, Don Amici.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. Let me add that...
Say, Don, what's all this talk about a new program? When does that start?
Well, it starts tonight, Carmen. It'll be an entirely different setup.
Oh, all musical numbers?
Well, not exactly.
Oh, nearly all music?
No.
Mostly music?
Well, to tell you the truth, Carmen, we're going to experiment. The plan is to start with as little music as possible and gradually work it up to where we have none at all.
I see. Well, I wish we were still with Dreen.
What? This is still the Dreen show, Carmen. Same sponsor.
You mean I have to keep on using that stuff?
Well, it happens to be an excellent shampoo.
No, brother. This is going to be a tough season. Carmen Dragon and his lustrous hair. No music. We'll hear what Petrola has to say about this.
Well, you needn't be so churlish about it.
What's the matter, Don?
Well, that Carmen, Well, Francis Langford, you had no business sneaking in. Wonderful introduction.
Oh, it's just as well. Who is that chap?
Well, he's the orchestra leader, Carmen Dragon.
What was the argument about?
Well, not an argument, really. He somehow had the impression that the new Dream program would be all band numbers.
Didn't he know I was going to be on the show?
Well, yes, but...
It's going to be all singing, of course, isn't it? Isn't it?
Well, you see, Francis...
Mostly singing anyway, isn't it? Do I get to sing at all?
Oh, of course, darling.
Well, that's enough for me.
Oh, you're wonderful. And just so you'll understand how I feel about you, Francis, I'll put all my sentiments into an old Spanish proverb. El ojo del amo engorda el caballo.
How lovely, Don. What does it mean?
The eye of the master fattens the horse.
What's this with horses?
I don't know. You sing, Francis, and I'll try to get to the bottom of this.
All right, Don. How about doing my latest Mercury recording? It's called Sooner or Later. Sooner or later, you're gonna be coming around. I'll betcha. I'll betcha that I get you. You wait and see. Sooner or later you'll wanna be hanging around. I'll let you. I'll betcha if I let you. You'll baby me. You're gonna knock on my door. Did it before. Matter of factly, I don't know exactly when. But sooner or later, you're gonna be coming around and want my loving again.
You swear you had nothing to do with that horse thing, Toby?
Word of honor, Don. I've been working on this Dreen announcement. They want it brief, you know.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen Danny Thomas yet?
No. I've got most of the essentials in, but there are 2 or 3 very important things I'd like to say if I had just more time.
Well, read it fast. You don't suppose he forgot about tonight, do you?
Who?
Danny Thomas.
Oh, he'll be along. Listen to this, Don. A beautiful girl dressed in her best, makeup just right, and each soft tendril of her lustrous, green, clean hair is an enchantment and a snare to catch a lover's eye.
He may have had a flat tire.
Don't be a flat tire, girls. Be glamorous. Be sure your hair is always sparkling clean and radiantly bright. Use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. You see, girls, Dreen is not a soap shampoo and never leaves dulling film on hair as all soaps do. Dreen dramatizes all the soft, thrilling texture of your hair, reveals all its shining loveliness, as much as 33% more luster than any soap shampoo. And Dreen does not dry out hair. Instead, its fragrant, freshening, whipped cream lather leaves hair soft and smooth and beautifully behaved. Yes, girls, for lovely, lustrous hair, use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. Use it at home or ask for it at your beauty shop. Buy it at all drug department and 10-cent stores. Remember, no other shampoo leaves your hair more lustrous, yet so easy to manage. Dreen, D-R-E-N-E. Well, what do you think, Don?
I think he must have had an accident.
Well, who must have had an accident?
Danny Thomas.
If he doesn't show up, can I play a band number?
Well, I guess you'll have to, Carmen. Play something now.
But, Don, wait. What about the Dreen announcement?
Make it shorter. I've got to find Danny Thomas. Hey, Danny.
Oh, hello, Don.
Come on out.
No.
Oh, Danny, the program's been on the air for 15 minutes. You can't sit in that phone booth all night.
I know it.
Well, come on out of there.
No. No, Don, I'm scared. I don't want to go on the radio.
Oh, now, look, Danny, I can understand and sympathize with your fear of the microphone, but locking yourself up like this, it's a public phone booth. Supposing someone wants to make a call.
You can always step out for a minute. If it's a man.
And if it's a woman?
I'm married. I don't step out with women. Gee, I'd give anything to be back on that little farm in Deerfield, Michigan.
In Deerfield?
Oh, the garden spot of the world. No microphones. Boy, I was happy there.
Well, you'll be happy here, too. Come on.
Each morning I'd rise at dawn while the dew still sparkled on the grass, and in my bare feet I'd wander slipshod through the cowslips.
Sounds like a very restful occupation. Now, come on, Danny.
Oh, it was heaven. I raised flowers in water.
No soil?
Not a grain. And you know, Don, I once managed to raise an orchid using nothing but water and a special root food.
A root food?
Yeah, a root food with a weed seed. Makes me just feel so wonderful just to think about it now.
Well, now, come on. How about taking a crack at that microphone?
Oh, certainly. That microphone isn't anything to be afraid of. It's only a piece of metal on a pipe. I mean, it can't do me any harm. I'm not afraid of anything, you hear me?
Well, that's the way to talk.
Yeah, but that's not the way I feel.
Now, look, Danny, I'm a busy man and I'm losing patience.
Yeah, but...
I'm thoroughly ashamed of you.
Oh, but...
You're nothing but a jelly-spined excuse for a human being.
Well, that's not
There's
right.
nothing more I can say.
Well, wait.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but... How do you like that? Walked away from me, mad. I can't get over it. I can get over it. I never saw such intolerance. What is it, so tough to be a radio star? All you need is culture, vocabulary, diction, enunciation, and the ability to wash the sponsor's laundry. I'm thoroughly ashamed of you, he says to me. I should have said, bigger men than you have been thoroughly ashamed of me, I should have. I'm a busy man, he says to me. I should have said, if you're so busy, what are you wasting your time on a dope like me? I should have said. Well, that's telling him. If I wanted to, I could do anything he can do. After all, under the Constitution, we are all created free and equal, without malice or forethought. Yes, sir, boy. I know that Constitution backwards. I do. America of the States United, therefore, Constitution this established for, so and. And that's just part of it backwards. Boy, I wish I had the courage to get out of this phone booth. I could be a big radio star. Gee, I can just see me now in front of that microphone. I'd climb the ladder of success and thrill the world in making it. For I know that being on the ether is much more fun than taking it. What's Don Amici got that I haven't got? What if he is a big star? Now suppose he makes a fortune acting in a picture show. Suppose the girls say he's a smooth romancer. Do I need empty things like that? 1,000 times no. What a dope. I ask myself a silly question, I get a silly answer. What's down the meat you got that I haven't got? I'm not the least bit impressed. You know, they say his tones are pear-shaped and his ear is very true. His snow-white teeth and golden voice create so much ado. So what? My teeth are golden and my ears are pear-shaped too. He's just not as normal as I, that's all. Why, when I'm radio's top personality, I'll thrill the world with my superb mentality.
And now from the stage of Lowe's Parafox, we bring that man with a million questions and cash for your answers, Dr. I. Thomascue.
Thank you, Toby Reed, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As you all know, my able assistants are spotted throughout the house. In the balcony, Murray Leboff. On my right, Larry Burgle. In the center aisle, Harry Ince. And in the box office, my mother counting the cash. And now, to my left, Carlton Alsop.
Doctor, I have a lady.
Is she pretty?
Yes.
Then give that lady 900 children off.
Doctor, I have a gentleman.
Very well, gentlemen. Now, tonight, our accumulated prize money is 19,000 silver dollars. For 19,000 silver dollars, sir, listen carefully. What was the population of Charity Syria in the year 123 B.C.?
5 people.
Yike! We're bankrupt. And every day you'll hear me air my views. I'll scrutinize and analyze the news.
We are indeed fortunate in having with us that prominent commentator, Mr. H.V. Thomasborn.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today was fraught with news, some good, some bad. And as I see things, although I do not like to make rash predictions, I can safely say the news was both good and bad. In the stock market today, the bulls were rampant. Or was it the bears? It is highly possible, but not probable, although not impossible, that rumors are impending. The Treasury Department had filed a declaration of intent. Now, what does this mean? Highly authoritative sources, which I cannot divulge at this moment, say, who can tell? Therefore, my friends, my own private official analysis of this taut and turbulent situation is this. The bulls undoubtedly will unless the bears decide to No other commentator has made this analysis. And so, in conclusion, my friends, I can safely say that for at least, That's not the extent of my ability. My 4 an hour shows my versatility. Ja krajnish panish dorogai ilyot vabromkov with 2 pair of pants. With men krovaki to kokum best, it's Kenyushnyek. 2 to 1. Rachil padim do my stokai. Betty Grebel is a matchnik paratuka sweater. Ivrajnis lavajnis matukia. Every Saturday and Sunday. Stand by. Yaza, Sam, Shazar. Jakukachipupchika, Grooven, watch time, tachtik. And now you've heard me in a typical Thomas day. So in conclusion, neighbors, I can safely say, da-da-da-da-da-da. What's down in me you got that I haven't got? I could be way up on top. Now I must admit he's charming and he's very debonair. But I'm convinced the sponsor thinks I'm better for the air. Because like green shampoo I get in everybody's hair. I've got those, who does he think he is? And what's he pushing me around for? Donamichi Blue.
Did you find Danny Thomas, Don?
Yes, Francis, I had quite a talk with him. He's very neurotic. He's deathly afraid of a microphone.
Not really.
Excuse me, Miss Langford.
Oh, hello.
Miss Langford, you have such lovely hair. I'll bet you use Dreen.
Of course I use Dream. Is there anything else?
I knew it. More beautiful women shampoo with Dreen than any other shampoo. Yes, Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action brings out all of the loveliness in any girl's hair. Dreen your hair and you reveal all its sparkling natural highlights, all its glorious luster. Dreen your hair and you glamorize all its soft, thrilling texture. Dreen your hair and you remove all luster-dulling soap film and unsightly dandruff flakes. And Dreen's fragrant, freshening whipped cream lather leaves your hair silken soft.
Since Toby was so nice to you, why don't you do something for him?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Langford sings, Oh, But I Do.
You think I don't love you? Oh, but I do. How can I show that I do? You think I don't get blue? Oh, but I do. Oh, I get light-hearted too. First I'm singing, then I'm sighing, then I'm flying above. You think I don't know why? Oh, but I do. I know that it's you I You think I don't know why? Oh, but I do. I know that it's you I
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the bringing to life of two new characters in a domestic vignette. Don Amici and Francis Langford as the principals, John and Blanche Bickerson, in The Honeymoon is Over. The Bickersons have retired. Mrs. Bickerson tosses restlessly while her husband, John, lies in a profound, dreamless sleep composed of equal parts of bourbon and sleeping pills.
John. 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 Turn over on your side. You're snoring hideously. Why don't you get one of those snore balls at Eel and Conger's Sleep Shop? You've got everything else. Double thickness sleep shade, lullaby musical pillow, toe mittens, electric pajamas, and an automatic sheep counter. I know you've got insomnia, but when you do fall asleep, you snore so loud you sound like a Hotchkiss reciprocating force pump draining a peat bog in Clonakilty. Why don't you get a snore ball? If you take those wax corks out of your ears, you'd be able to hear me.
Why don't you let me sleep, Blanche?
Get a snore ball.
What's a snowball?
It's a rubber thing you pin to your pajamas, and when you roll over on your back, it squeaks at you and wakes you up.
What do I need that for when I got you?
Don't be so funny. If you won't let me sleep, I won't let you sleep either.
Okay, if that's how you want it. Turn the lights on.
The lights are on. Take off that sleep shade.
Oh. All right. I'm awake. Now, what do you want?
I don't see how you can sleep anyway.
Who's sleeping?
I've been waiting and waiting for you to say something, but you never did. Do you know what day this is?
It's not day, it's night.
You've forgotten.
Blanche, That's one thing I will not be accused of. I have not forgotten how to tell day from night.
Not that. How could you forget?
Forget what?
Today is our wedding anniversary.
Blanche, this is Sunday, and our anniversary is Monday, the 16th.
I know it is.
What are you beefing about?
What time is it?
Time? It's 12 o'clock.
It's 1 minute past. That makes it Monday, and that's our anniversary, and you completely forgot about it.
How do you like that,
Well, you did.
Here I am, suffering from insomnia. Finally managed to fall asleep, and you're thinking up all sorts of weird excuses to wake me. Lying there like an aardvark waiting to pounce on its prey.
Aardvarks don't pounce on their prey.
What do I care?
You're trying to make me forget that you forgot to remember not to forget our anniversary.
There must be a simpler way of saying that.
Well, I don't care. I always remember your birthday.
Blanche, I didn't forget our anniversary. In fact, I even bought a present for you today. I was going to give it to you in the morning. It's in the hall closet.
No, it isn't.
It is, too. I put it there.
I sent it back. That's not the kind of a present a man buys for his wife.
You sent it back? That beautiful black nightgown?
Why don't you give it to your girlfriend, that vixen Gloria Goosebeak?
Gloria Goosebeak is not my girlfriend. She's yours. And she's not a vixen. She's a nice girl. And she doesn't wear black nightgowns. I mean, how do I know what kind of nightgown? Don't you dare make those insinuating noises.
Oh, go to sleep, silly.
Go to sleep? You woke me up to start this fight, and now you tell me to go to sleep. You planned this whole thing just to get in a dig at Gloria Goosebeak. Why do you keep asking her dinner if you despise her so much,
How can you just say I despise Gloria Goosebeak? Of course, she made a cheap copy of my wool sports dress, but I'm very fond of her.
I'm sure she feels the same way about you.
As a matter of fact, you're the one who doesn't like the Goosebees. You told me 1,000 times that Leo Gooseby is a heel.
I never said he was a heel. I said he was a toad. Besides, he's my best friend.
Why, only last week you said you hated him.
I did last week. Where's my sleep shade?
That's right. Go to sleep and let me suffer all night with the knowledge that you forgot our anniversary.
I didn't forget!
You haven't even said happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Same to you.
Good night.
Good night. John,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I am too. Good night.
Good night. John. You don't have to buy me another present.
No. Don't be silly. I'll buy anything you want.
Really, you don't have to. When I sent the nightgown back, I ordered something else for myself. That'll be your present for me.
That's good.
Oh, you'll love it. It's the most adorable mink stole. And I got full credit on the nightgown. I simply couldn't resist it. It was such a wonderful bargain. $698.
That's fine. $698?
Marked down from $700.
Why, you must be crazy. $698?
At that price, the stole is a steal.
Now look, Blanche.
I know what you're thinking, John Bickerson, but I'm not going to send it back.
Now, Blanche.
You don't hesitate to spend anything on yourself.
Listen to me.
Every time I think of you paying $18 for a derby hat, I get so indignant I could spit.
I bought the hat 3 years ago.
And you've never even worn it.
It didn't fit.
Well, if you can throw away money on a hat that doesn't even fit, I'm certainly entitled to a mink stole. Good night, dear.
Good night. Good night. Oh, what are you going to do with a woman like that, Oh, boy. $698 for a mink derby. Doesn't fit.
John, answer the phone. The telephone, answer it.
Hello?
Go to the phone and answer it.
Oh. I don't know why you had to put so far away from my bed.
It was next to your bed. You had the bed moved.
Well, I wanted to get away from the phone. Wish the darn thing had never been invented.
Look who's talking.
Oh, I hacked my shin. Put the lights on.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Oh. Hello.
Jocko, this is Amos. Did I wake you?
Now, Hell no. I have to get up at 7 anyway, and it's 12:30 already.
Who is it?
That half-witted brother of yours.
Huh?
Nothing. What's the matter?
I just thought I'd call and wish you and Sis a happy anniversary. Say, how about if I bring a few friends over for a fast drink, huh?
How about if you drop dead and let me sleep?
Now, what did you do that for?
What right has that idiot got calling me in the middle of the night? Where's my sleep shade? Put out the lights.
Of all the ill-tempered creatures, John Dickerson, you're the vilest. You're just angry at yourself because he remembered our anniversary and you forgot it.
I didn't forget it.
I just don't understand why you dislike my brother Amos so intensely. He sent you a box of cigars on your birthday.
I know. They tasted like a mixture of sheep dip and cracker dust. Now, look, will you let me sleep?
I'm thoroughly ashamed of you. You have no right to humiliate me, even if he is my brother. You wouldn't act that way if your boss called. Believe me, I'm not going to let you get away with it. You get right up and call Amos back and apologize. John, you go right to the telephone and call my brother and tell him you're sorry.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Go on, or I'll pack my things and...
All right. Oh, my shit. Put on the lights.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Maybe I was a little short with him, but he knows I don't sleep very well, and he should have thought twice before he...
Hello?
Amos, this is John. Look, John, I want to thank you for your good wishes. And if you like, you can bring your friends over for a drink.
Drink? What's the idea of waking up a guy in the middle of the night? Go to sleep, you imbecile.
Well, I'll be... There you are, Mrs. Wise Guy. So I called him back just to please you, and what... Blanche. Hey, Blanche. Nuts.
Don, a terrible thing happened. I tried to get Danny out of that phone booth, and he fainted dead away.
Oh, good heavens. Well, you tell the people about next week's show, Toby, and I'll try to bring him, too.
This is Toby Reed, ladies and gentlemen, thanking you all for turning your dials our way tonight. Remember, for lovely, lustrous hair, use Dreen shampoo with hair conditioning action. No other shampoo leaves your hair more lustrous, yet so easy to manage. Well, it's a fairly safe bet we'll be able to cure Danny Thomas's neurosis and get him back to the microphone for next week's program. Along with Francis Langford, Carmen Dragon, and your host for the evening, Don Amici. And now
It's okay, Toby. We brought him, too.
What did he say?
He said, bring me 2 more. Take care of him, Toby. Until next Sunday, this is Don Amici wishing you good days, good nights, and good luck. Until we meet again.
Going on right now at McDonald's.
The hottest deals on the hottest wheels.
Super Slick.
Super Speedy.
Mattel Hot Wheels cars at McDonald's.
Right now at McDonald's.
Even as we speak.
Super Slick Hot Wheels cars for kids are a special low price.
A special low price.
With any food purchase.
At McDonald's.
I know you told me.
There's the red hot Corvette Stingray.
The big bad Baja Breaker.
Supercharged Sheriff Patrol car.
The fabulous Firebird Funny car.
Jeep CJ7.
And the long, the lean Landlord Dragster.
14 Hot Wheels cars in all.
A different one each day.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Hot Wheels are safety tested for for children over 3.
That's us.
Hot Wheels at McDonald's.
1 car per each food item purchased.
Since most McDonald's are independently owned,
Prices may vary.
tax not included.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
At a special low price.
While supplies last.
Only at participating McDonald's.
Hot Wheels.
McDonald's.
And you.
Be there.
Dreaming dreams we all do, working hard so they come true. You can get a helping hand at Kmart stores, they understand.
Kmart is your savings store, where your dollar buys you more. They give your dreams a helping hand. At Kmart stores, they understand.
Planning plans, moving up. Life is good, come fill your cup. Get satisfaction even more.
At Kmart, that's your value store. Kmart is your savings store, where your dollar buys you more.
I'm growing tired of lovey-dove theme songs that 50 million pianos pound. And in an age where these radio scream songs, I only want one phrase around me. There's a cheerful little earful, gosh, I miss it, something fearful. And this cheerful little earful, here's the well-known I love you. Stocks may go down, business slow down, but the milk and honey flow down with a cheerful little earful of the well-known I love you. In every play, it's a set phrase, what the public get phrase. Ah, but as a pet phrase, it'll do, pooperoo it, soft and coo it, make me happy, you can do it, with a cheerful little earful of the well-known I love you. Cheerful little earful, gosh, I miss it, something fearful. And this cheerful little earful, here's a well-known I love you. Stocks may go down, business slow down, but the milk and honey flow down with a cheerful little earful of the well-known I love you. In every play, it's a set phrase, what the public get phrase. But as a pet phrase, it'll do, pooperoo it, soft and coo it, make me happy, you can do it, with a cheerful little earful of the well-known I love you. the penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as hollow as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
Hey, good morning, weirdos. It's me, crazy old weird bearded guy. What's up? What's going on, people? Man, I'm whooped. I'm wiped out. I didn't realize that this week was going to be so crazy, you know? Can anyone hear me out there? Is my sound good? How's that? Check, test, check. All right. That looks like it's going to be okay. Well, it is Thursday. It is Throwback Thursday here on Mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. I sit in this chair to entertain and to tantalize with this evening's program. This evening's program is going to be awesome as last night's evening program. I'm really having a lot of fun with this whole nighttime nonsense and nostalgia thing. It's only an hour long. And it's like so much fun packed into that hour. I can't get through it quick enough. Last night, I kept track of 17 songs and over 8 commercials played in the 1 hour, plus the opening and the closing. Plus, I started the show off a half an hour early, playing a rebroadcast of yesterday morning's one of yesterday morning's radio shows. So it is a huge evening in one little hour. I may decide to at some point extend one of the days, perhaps Friday. I may extend Friday to a 2-hour show and include video, which means old-time radio music and stuff, and then occasionally a little bit of, maybe some Betty Boop or Popeye or some Little Rascals or Cab Calloway or Rudy Valley or something like that. Evenings are when I'm into the entertaining. You see my shirt? I got this at the concert. My daughter took me to. We went and saw Paramore at the Forum last year. Yeah, last year. Like I said about this week, it's really, really busy. Busier than I had expected it to be. Which is crazy, because I did not expect to be going out every day this week. Monday I went out to open mic. Tuesday I dragged my wife out to open mic. Wednesday, last night, we went out to Giant Rock and spent the evening with the Czech family and Giant Rock and live music and strange sounds and lights, and my daughter got to drive the pickup truck around. I think the whole pickup truck driving with the girls was a bust, mainly because it's too bumpy. It's just too bumpy out there. I can't go hang out with them in the truck because of my spine. So we tooled around for like 20 minutes, my daughter and I, in David's truck. And check. The bummer was my spine. There were so many bumps and whoop-de-doos out there and rocks and shit that it was just too uncomfortable for me to continue. And she wasn't up really for it too. The truck was a little bit too difficult for her to handle, being, a non-driver. So that was kind of a bummer. But the rest of the evening was friggin' awesome. I hope I got some great video and sound, enough to possibly put together some kind of collage, montage thing of what went on last night. Try to find some good sound to roll through it, and then pick up a bunch of video and drop it through and see what we get. And totally see what we get. I'm anxious about doing this again, and perhaps taking all of this rigmarole out there and recording everything live, not YouTubing it live, but just recording it and mixing it live, so that there's that, right? That seems like it'd be cool, and then I could mix in some video elements and stuff. I've really been scouring the internet for things to bring you. In fact, one of the things I am going to bring you now is a Grateful Dead show from 1995, and because it is approximately the entire length of my show, say 15 minutes, I am going to probably play it while I'm talking, and then just kind of have Grateful Dead playing in the background. Now, if you want to listen to this Grateful Dead show, all you have to do is go to my playlists and go to my video playlist, and it will be in there somewhere. Right now, I'm going to manage my videos, and I just made the Grateful Dead video from Shoreline 1995. I just made it public. So now I can turn that video on. Oh, I don't want to do that. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to crank this video on and play the sound in the background. What I will do is play the first few minutes of it, of the video, so we can see the set list, and that'll be cool. And it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Boop-a-doop, doop, doobie-doo-boo. Booby-doop, scoop, booby-doo-boo. Ah, there it is. Okay. So I found the Shoreline Amphitheater thing here. Let me go ahead and put that on the sound. And then, okay, set list. Here we go, set list. So there's the set list for the Grateful Dead show that I attended back in '95. Of course, it's supposed to be, say, June there, but I have a typo. It's May, so of course, automatically I wrote May like an idiot. But it's not May, man. It's June 4th. All right? It's like totally June 4th, 1955, which it's correct in the description of my video, but not there. I'm sorry, that's over there. Go ahead. See what we got. Make sure the volume is cool. I don't want it to overpower my voice. Because I want to hang out. I want to talk. I got a lot to talk about. And we'll put this Grateful Dead show in the background, and then we can talk like we're hanging out, man. I'm gonna put that nice and low so we can talk. Let me know if anybody's there, if my voice is being heard over the music well enough. It's some great stuff. And I put together a great video, so go and check out the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. And I totally remember this concert. This was the one that we went to from Mammoth Lakes, California. We drove up over the backside of Yosemite, down into Yosemite Valley, and then over to Mountain View. Actually over to San Francisco, and we hung out in San Francisco first. And then went to the Shoreline Amphitheater. On our way, the car broke down, the station wagon. And I had to get underneath and put, I think, a new starter on it, is what it was. But I was the mechanic. So I was glad to have gone just to make the trip a little bit easier for everyone else, you know. So Andy and I wrenched on that thing for a couple of hours alongside the road somewhere and got it working and continued our journey. I think he had to have money sent to him because of this. Yeah, baby. So last night was kind of like space. We were out at Giant Rock, right, which is world famous for contact, right? Supposed contact. So I finished my show and at 6, and by 6:15 we're driving down the road, right? I had already gotten gas and munched down a burrito. So we get out there 9 on to 11 to 7 o'clock there, and you know, it's like, hey, everything's happening. You know, the guys are setting up, and he's like, man, I got out here at 5. I should have got out here earlier. You don't realize how hard it is to set all this shit up until it's like, boom, you got to set it up. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That Monday Night Live shit tore me up, man. 2.5 hours for of video, and it took me 8 hours to get it. No way, man. It's just no fucking way. Wow. Yeah. I remember hanging out at the big San Francisco park, Golden Gate Park, right? It's this big giant park that looks out over the bay and all of those big tall colored houses, right? So we're looking out and fog and the bridge in the distance and everything, and the park. It's kind of like Central Park in New York, only smaller and safer. Sorry. Probably not. But totally. So we slept in the station wagon at the park. Got rousted. Hey, you can't sleep in this damn thing. Get out of here. So we, moved around. We got to go to Haight-Ashbury. We got to go to the Grateful Dead house, 710 Haight. Is that what it was? So that was really, really cool. I remember we got pictures being in front of the house and the street and everything, but I don't know where those pictures went. Candace, do you have any pictures of our trip? Anybody? Hello, Andy, Candace, somebody? Who else was there? I don't remember who else was there, man. Chris, were you there? I know. Chris was probably, so Bird was there, and a bunch of other people, but fuck if I can remember, man. That's what you get for going to a Grateful Dead show. You make lots of memories that you can't remember. Right? All right, man, I am so jazzed. we're going out again tonight. Yes, we are. What is it? Kristen has a booth at the night market at the Mojave Flea Swap Meet. That is the first time I've ever said Mojave Flea Swap Meet in one run. Nope, there's a second time. Mojave Flea Swap. Nah, I messed it up. Yeah, I'm just going to call it Tiffany's Place. Because Tiffany is the owner. She runs the place. She's awesome. But I can't say the damn name of the place. It's one of those tongue twisters. And I was never good at a tongue twister. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Bird? Howdy, Bird. So Mike was out there last night. I'm going to say David's brother-in-law, David's close friend. Something like that. They made shish kebab. I prefer shish Robert. It's a little more shut up. I didn't get a chance to have the shish kebab. There was just too much going on, man. And my appetite is fickle. But on the way home, of course, we had to stop and get Taco Bell. Get some Taco Bell. And we didn't get home until after 10, 11. It was like, yeah, it was way after 10. We all sat down and ate Taco Bell at freaking 11 o'clock at night. And then, of course, I was in bed and trying to go to sleep after midnight. So tonight we're going out again. And I may actually think about doing a vending booth there. I mean, I'm not going to be doing it to make money. So I don't know about paying rent on a booth when I don't think that I'm going to sell anything. I mean, what am I going to sell? A couple of 8-tracks, a couple of 45s or 78s. I mean, that's pretty much what I have to sell. I've got hundreds of records that I'm never going to listen to in a garage. I've got hundreds of 78s that I'm never going to listen to in a garage. I've got hundreds and hundreds of 45s in my house here, most of which I'm never going to listen to, which makes them gifts. And I've got hundreds of 8-tracks, some of them unopened. Many of them are repaired and ready to listen to. So, Dinty Mo, he loves that stew. Dinty Mo. Sorry. I love me some Dinty Mo stew, man. I almost got some the other day. But it's like, anytime I want to watch a movie or a show or eat something, it runs through my head, right? The stew, Dinty Mo stew. It ran through my head. I ate it in my head, and it was like, So I've set it back down. I was like, nah, I don't want that. I picked up something else. Envisioned myself eating it, and it was like, nah, I don't want that either. It's weird. I can't even watch a movie anymore that I used to enjoy. Because it's like, move on. Move on. Wang Dang Doodle. So this night was Sunday night. Those were the nights that I went to. Andy would ask me, what night you want to go to, man? I'll try to get you a ticket. And I'm like, well, if you can get me a ticket, don't worry about it until the last night. If you give me a last night ticket, that's fine. And then I leave having enjoyed myself at the end. Not go to the first show and then spend the weekend going, wow, what a drag, man. I wish I was in there. So the first 2 days of the show, I spent out at the station wagon, and I was vending cigarettes and drinks for my friend Andy. So basically, it's a bag of tobacco, right? American Spirit tobacco, and a bunch of papers. And I would just sit there in the station wagon or outside on a blanket and just roll cigarettes. And because I'm an excellent roller, I would just roll a bunch of cigarettes, stick them in a bowl, light some sage and some incense and go, hey man, cigarettes. Cigarettes. And people would stop by, hey man, I don't have any money, but I got like a poem and like a roach, man. Can I get a cigarette? It's like, cool, dude. I can smoke that roach. But yeah, I mean, usually it was like whatever you could afford. So he never made a whole lot of money on that. But he did make enough to get by and to get food, get tickets and gas and that kind of stuff, which is really cool. We'd go in and he would go into a store and buy a bunch of drinks and ice and stuff and then put them in a cooler, and then we'd sell cigarettes and cold drinks. That was it. And he also had jewelry too, a lot of sterling silver jewelry. And that was our deal, man. I remember walking from the parking lot over to Shoreline. I still have these vivid dreams of going to a concert, and the whole beginning of the dream is me walking through this field going over into Shoreline Amphitheater. And then the dream changes, and I'm walking through an old town with dirt trails and stuff as alleys between pieces of property, bridges across rivers, and you have to take these paths through this town, this actual neighborhood, like a favela, right? And as you're walking through the neighborhood on your way to the concert venue, people are trying to sell you stuff. People have bars set up in their house. In the backyard is a restaurant. People are selling things as people are going by. It's like they're taking full advantage of all of these customers coming through. So people would have little cantinas and stuff set up in backyard and be vending stuff. And this is a dream, and this is one that I have repeatedly about going to a concert at an amphitheater, and I never reach the concert in the dream. It's always from the parking lot, through a little neighborhood, over random bridges that cross over some kind of wash or river, and then the journey through that neighborhood. No tall buildings, it's all flats with fences and walls and little dirt paths for the people to walk through on their way to the venue. It's just a weird dream, but I'm famous for having reoccurring weird dreams. My entire life has been a series of bizarre dream encounters. In fact, one of the things that I have found for Monday Movie Memories are some educational films on dreams, right? Because we've been talking about dreams lately. So I grabbed 3 different educational films on like 3 different aspects of dreaming and dreams and stuff. And there was a lot to choose from. So Monday, we're going to be looking at dreams, I believe. And that should be a whole lot of fun. Totally Television Tuesday for next week. I hope that I can come up with something as extra special as Delta House. My brother was watching Delta House, and I believe it was the opening half hour of my evening show, and I repeated the broadcast of the season opener of Delta House. And my brother shoots me a message, where the hell did you find this? I got my trade secrets. But after I went ahead and made a video and uploaded it onto my channel, I searched around through YouTube and found somebody who had uploaded all of the videos. So I don't have to. So I'm going to put a link to those videos, and you can watch the entire 1 season, 13 episodes of Delta House, which is the television series modeled after the movie Animal House, right? So that's pretty cool. I like the ability here to kind of share what's happening on YouTube with you live while I'm learning about it. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Well, the sun is coming up out there, and believe it or not, I can start to feel it. Ooh, here we go. So now we're going into Peggy O. Totally. So there were a few people out there that were really excited about listening to the Dead shows that I'm putting out. And there's a lot of stuff out there. You can find a lot of Grateful Dead on YouTube and the internet. But I'm just bringing you the stuff that I have a connection to. So while other people have made videos already of just about everything that I'm doing it again for me so that I have a personal connection to the content that I'm bringing you. I can just copy and paste content all day long and say, okay, here, there's this guy over here, check this stuff out. There's this guy over here, check this stuff out, right? And then my channel's not going to build up. It's just going to be a bunch of live stuff, right? So yeah, I need to, worry about what's going on in this channel. And what's happening here? I'm drinking coffee. I'm going to do some Bong Hits, man, because fucking Grateful Dead is playing here. I missed Bush last night. I missed Bush. Not missed Bush. I missed Bush last night. I thought he was going to be there. I guess work usually takes precedent over play. That's a bummer. It was, if you're there, Bush, it was neat. It needed you. It needed improvement. It needed light. It needed more sound, I think. While the two of them really filled the air. I felt like I was at a Dead show listening to space for like 2 hours. It was just great. But it needed something. It needed, the disorder needed some kind of order. We needed to find the order in the chaos, right? I'm hoping that if I can make it next time, it's on a day when I can bring more tech, right? Bring some more lighting, some more sound. It'd be neat to just hook up that synthesizer, right? And then just program in some sounds and let it play, right? Now I can take the helm of that keyboard and knock out some great space sounding stuff. But I'm not musical, really. I brought my guitar last night, and then I realized that it wasn't the venue for strumming and singing. It was more the venue for going. It was weird shit. It was weird shit. It was fucking heavy. Ah, yeah. Anybody guess what the change is in the lava lamp corner? What's the change? What changed? Anybody? Something is missing and something has been added. Something has been changed. It's traded. No, the chicken in the happy face cup is still there. The first female Academy Award winner is still there. I believe she won the Best Academy Award for Black Widow. I'm gonna guess. I can't remember her name. Yeah. Totally, man. I know it's not real loud, but is the music loud enough? I don't want to have to yell over it, but I don't want it so loud that it's, or so quiet that you can't hear it. I just kind of want it in the background. Oh, Peggy-O. Peggy-O. believe this week is happening like this. It's a week that I wanted to take it easy, right? It's like, all right, we went to that psychedelic furs last Friday. Okay, that was unexpected. And then we're going to Starcrawler this Friday. Unexpected, but I thought, all right, well, at least I got a week in between. I can catch up on some sleep, catch up on some video production, you know, live a little. And no way, man. Yeah. Going out every night this week. And like, every night's a school night. Well, coming here. Not really school. It ain't work, but it ain't school. I guess if I'm the teacher, okay, class, okay, like, totally, class, what are you guys doing? Somebody get the lights, draw the curtains. I want to watch some movies. Movies. Hello, hello, hello. Check, 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 check. I don't know. I'm gonna touch this thing really quick here, so it's gonna get weird. Now, what about that? Does that change things? How come I get... is that what I'm doing? What about if I do that? Do I get a better sound this way? I don't know. I don't know, you know. It's like totally Peggy-O. So, is this different than this? It is. It does sound different. I don't get it. Alright, I'm gonna make noise. So, apparently, this thing has better sound pickup along the sides than it does in the front. So I can get really close in the front here and not bug it. But if I get on the side, wow. That's really loud. That's crazy. I didn't know this mic was like that. I'm going to have to dig up another one of these dynamic mics somewhere in my boxes of crap and figure it out. Approximately. Now that's what it's labeled as, Queen Jane, comma, approximately. What? Does that mean that it's not really Queen Jane? It's as close as the Grateful Dead could get? I don't know. Somebody. I wish one of my friends who know a lot about Grateful Dead would stop in and say, "Hey, dude, you're wrong, man. It's like this is the story." Right? But everybody's asleep. Everybody's always asleep. Right? I mean, come on, wake up already. No way. Queen Jane. Is that a Grateful Dead song, or is this a cover? So it was during this song here. No, not this song. It was during this concert. I don't remember which song. Maybe while listening to it here again for the first time since 1995. Maybe I'll remember which song it was. Broke Down Palace, maybe, if that's on here. So I go into the last night, Sunday night, and this time I had a little tape recorder and a couple of tapes. So I think I had one tape that I stuck in there and recorded the show from under my seat. And then went and looked, oh wow, it stopped. Flipped the tape over, hit record, stuck it back under the seat. I recorded much of the show, but not all of it. And then I don't remember what happened to that tape. I've got boxes of cassettes. I'll have to dig through and see if I can find it. I don't think I have it. But this is not that recording. Yeah, it was during this one song. Jerry was singing and his voice just he sounded so tired. And his voice was cracked. And I just started bawling. I just started crying, right? I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to see this guy again. And that's how I felt, right? And this is like June of 95. it was later that my friends were going on tour to the East Coast, and they were following them for the summer. And I was asked, do you want to go on tour? And I said, I don't know, man. I don't feel good about it. I don't know. I should have gone because I would have seen the last tour, the last season of the Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia finished out the tour, and it was shortly after that he passed away. August 3rd, 1995. 2 days before Andy's birthday. It was pretty heavy. I was in a daze all day. I think later that week, Andy showed up on his way back to Mammoth, and by then I had moved down to stay with my father in Owanga, Anza area, the mountains outside of Temecula, California. And he showed up, and we boo-hooed about it, you know, and that was it. It was over. End of an era, man. I mean, everybody wanted to keep dragging it on. It's like, okay, now we're going to follow the fish, and we're going to go to Widespread Panic, and we're going to do all of that. And it just wasn't the same. I wasn't going to go see fish, and didn't like fish, still don't like fish, despise fish. I'm not a fish head. The Further Dead, Dead and Company, it's like, you know what? It's over. It's over. It's the end of an era. You know, you can't go back again. You can't go home. It's done. You know. And that being said, it was over. It was completely done. Yeah. It's pretty heavy. Wow. All right, I'm going to warm up my coffee. Queen Jane. Oh, yeah. Totally. Why don't you come see me, Queen Jane? I don't know, man. What's Queen Jane done for me, huh? Not a fucking thing, man. I didn't even vote for that queen. Oh, right. You don't vote for a freaking monarch or autocracy or whatever the fuck it is over there. I don't know. What is it over there? I mean, all we got is a bunch of assholes over here telling us what to do. How's it work over there? Different assholes, right? Totally. Politics. Give me a fucking break. You know, let's draw lines and make people pay to cross lines and harass people for crossing. Like, give me a fucking break, man. Let people be free, man. You know, all of the trouble that we get into on this fucking planet is because we want to carve it up and say, this is mine, this isn't yours, get away, this is mine. It's like, fuck. You know, share, people. Everything I learned, everything I need to know, I learned in kindergarten, right? And yet, as soon as you get to be an adult, all of that goes out the window. It's like, okay, well, now you're an adult. Now you have to say fuck you to everybody and lie and cheat and steal, right? Lucy. Totally. Good morning, people. We're listening to the Grateful Dead. Totally. I don't want to turn it up too much because then I'll start talking and they'll be like, what the fuck is he saying? What? Yeah. I wasn't really into the Grateful Dead before 95. I had seen them once and been to a show where I didn't get in. But that was it. And then in 95, my friends had gotten into touring with the Dead because of the Renaissance Fair, and the same kind of people who do the Renaissance Fair do the Grateful Dead. And then eventually it became like, okay, let's do Burning Man now. And while Burning Man started as a beach bonfire party, it kind of, get it, Burning manifested itself into this whole desert fiasco. And I would have liked to have gone to the first few years of the desert version. In fact, I had really considered it until it became what it is now. Fucking disaster, right? A muddy, hot, sweaty, sticky, dusty, dirty, filthy frickin' disaster of pervs in the desert. I mean, that's all it looks like now. You know, you want to go there for the art and the music and the creativity and the exploration of inner self and all that shit, and you get there and it's a bunch of people with strap-ons and naked people running around, people on too many drugs, people doing it in the dirt. I mean, it just reeks of impoliteness, really. He's such a prude. It's Burning Man, dude. You're supposed to be able to do whatever you want. Oh, yeah. There you go. No, thank you. No. Taking things to the extreme just so that you can top that extreme next year and then go to more and more. That's not what it's all about. I mean, come on. You know, there are a lot of people who go out there for the art and the music and the creation of something, and then you get twice as many boobs out there who just are out there to get their fingers stinky, right? I mean, that's it. It's just, it sickens me to no end. So much good can come out of something like that, and it's just a drug-induced fuckfest, right? I would never want my daughter to go to something like that. Oh, man. And I'm sure people are going to watch this and chime in and, you know, burn me at the stake for having my own opinion. Oh, heaven forbid he should have his own opinion about something, right? But that's the way I feel about it. If you feel differently, great. Have your own opinion. Do your thing. My opinion is, Well, don't go, man. We don't need any people like you there, fucking prude. Yeah. You have no idea, people. You may call me prude, but you have no idea. After you've gone beyond what other people are calling beyond. Call me prude if you want. I've been there, done that. I've done more crazy shit before the age of 20 than most 50-year-olds, right? It's just crazy when I look back at all the weird things that have happened in my life. I don't want weird anymore. I want fun, unique, different, challenging, but I don't want fucking crazy-ass bizarre anymore. No siree, dude. Alright, I'm opening up my little bag of sativa here, dude. Because I like to smoke sativa, bruh. Sativa. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody there? Hello? Anybody? Lava lamp this morning is looking good. I've just been leaving it on because I turn it off and it takes forever to warm up. In fact, this morning I got up and turned it off and I was like, wait a second. This was already on. So I turned it back on. be a bummer if it was off. I mean, it just looks so cool. And of course, there's the Grateful Dead, right there to the right of the lava lamp. Yeah. Good time. Yeah. Yeah, I totally remember this fucking concert, man. I remember I didn't want to get totally ripped. I don't like to be wasted during concerts. I like to enjoy it, and I like to remember what the fuck is going on. What happened? What happened? I don't know, man. I was too wasted. I hate that. You know, you talk to somebody, dude, you remember last night? It was so fucking awesome. Dude, do you remember? And they're like, dude, I don't remember a thing, man. I was just too wasted. What the fuck did you go for? What the fuck did you waste all of that goddamn time and money if you're not going to remember it? Right? I went to one Grateful Dead show that I did not remember a portion of it because I passed out during space. Got too stoned, passed out. It's 1987 or 88, right? Maybe 86. But that was it. You know? I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going to build up all of this excitement to go to a concert and then fucking passed out somewhere. Or just be too fucking out of it to hold on to a goddamn memory. Right? No. No. Bring on the memories, people. That's what it's all about, making memories. Because that's all you get. All you get is what you make. Right? That's it. That's all. Yeah. 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 For a real good time. Yeah, Lucy. Woo. A Doogie Howser. Dude. Yeah. Lucy. That was great, man. That was great. What do we got next, man? What's next? I know what's next. If you've been paying attention, you guys know what's next too, don't you? Yeah, baby, check this out. And that's how we kill pain in the morning. And a few brain cells. It's alright, I got plenty to spare. I've been killing brain cells most of my life. Hey, Tom yet? Pardon me, man, I gotta have a mute button for the cough button. Right. Mama tried. Yeah, those are the good old days, you know. Even in the 90s, I was looking back in the 80s and 70s going, yeah, those are the good old days, man. My good old days. They stopped in the 90s. I think those were the last of the good old days, was the end of the 90s. End of an era. End of a century. Beginning of a new millennia, right? Hearken for a better day. So yeah, if you want to listen to this in its entirety, go to my channel, find it on the playlist, check it out. It's a fun show. It's a great audio. It'll be there. It'll be there. Yeah. It was a good looking stage too. A lot of lights and color, and everything was kind of dancing in the wind. I remember this artist, photographer, who followed the Dead and took pictures of Jerry and then would blow them up into these great, huge pictures, right? And then he was selling those at the show. So every show I'd go and I'd see prints from the last show, and it was like, oh yeah, that was awesome, that was cool. Yeah, just some great shit, some great stuff. And this is all we got left. You know? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of live recordings of the Grateful Dead. I think that the best thing that they did for themselves, for their longevity, for posterity, was allowing people to record them, right? I remember the episode of What's Happening with the Doobie Brothers, and the Doobie Brothers are like, man, don't record our concert. You can't steal our music, man. You're taking food out of our mouths, dude. And then the Grateful Dead, they're like, fuck it. The Grateful Dead weren't famous for putting out a lot of studio albums, right? But this is one of those studio hits. Yeah, one thing I remember about this period in my life was from about 94-ish to about 99. There was a lot of Grateful Dead being played. Everywhere I went, I'd go to Andy's house, Chris's house, Steve's house, Candace, Cassie, Julia. Any place you went there in Mammoth, there was a bootleg of the Grateful Dead playing most of the time. Just cases and cases and cases of bootleg tapes being traded all over. It was really fantastic and fanatical. It was crazy. But it was always the Grateful Dead. And you never heard the same stuff. I had a handful of Grateful Dead tapes that were given to me. And they were really special. You know, I would listen to those, and then I would listen to another show, and I'd go, no, I like my show better. You know, and you get into, you like have your favorite shows. You know, Winterland '92. You know, it's like everybody's into their thing. They never played there in '92. You get all these really heavy duty deadheads that are, I mean, they know like chronological order of shows, how many songs. They never played the same show twice, dude. Well, that was wrong, of course. I think it's been like at least 4 shows, 4 times. They've played the same show, set list wise. But they've played, you know, thousands and thousands, scores of songs at these concerts, right? I think it's like 29,000 something songs, or 20 something thousand songs that they've played. They played throughout there, with over 400 of them being original tunes, right? And while the Beach Boys completely surpassed them in touring, the Grateful Dead just never stopped. You know, they just never stopped. And I was amazed to find out that the Beach Boys did like over 7,000 shows, and the Grateful Dead only did like 3,000 or something. Like, wow. I thought the Dead were the guys, you know. But then you've got bands like Widespread Panic and Fish and stuff, who are eventually going to pass all of them, because that's all they do. That's all they do is tour. You know, put out an album and then tour for 3 years, and put it out and then tour for 8 years, you know. Crazy. It's crazy. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ah, shit. I hate pushing buttons on a keyboard accidentally. It's like, oh, shit, what did I do? What did I do? I think I had more fun at the Vegas show a few weeks before this. I had a better experience inside this night watching this show. It was really emotional, but it was a better evening because it was really cool. It was nice. It was breezy. And it was just really pleasant. Whereas the Vegas show at the Sam Boyd, it was hot, it was sweaty, it was confined. It really was a different show. And then the 2 days before the night that I went in was a lot of hot, dirty, hungry, tired. You know, it was like doing all of the work, but the reward was that last night. You know, I'm going to go see him that last night. So that's why I always wanted to see him the last night. I wanted that reward of the weekend. I'm going to go through all of this to get this. And it was worth it. It was totally worth it. During the 90s, I saw a handful of concerts. I saw the Grateful Dead 2 or 3 times. I saw the Moody Blues. I saw Metallica. I got to see Lemmy. They opened for, Motorhead opened for Metallica. And that was just phenomenal. Really was cool. It's totally cool, man. I saw with my wife right at the end of the 90s, I think, or right at the beginning of the 2000s, right at like the end of that period, those 10 years. We saw Hall & Oates, and that was totally cool. We also saw the Doobie Brothers in Vegas together, my wife and I. So we kind of started, that began our little concert adventure. And we saw a handful of concerts throughout 20 years. And then most recently, in the last couple of years, my daughter has been getting into concerts, coming into her own musically, and yeah. So we've been just going to so many shows. I cannot keep track of them. I have to actually write them down. Mom is looking at the calendar, and she's going, "What's this?" And she looks down at the middle of next month, and it says Motion City Soundtrack. And I'm like, "Oh, that's a concert in L.A. Natalie's taking me to." She's like, "Oh." I'm like, "I know, you know? Like, slow down. I need some rest." So far, it's only one concert that month. And then she's trying to plan a trip out of town for her in August. I can't go. I got too many obligations. Somebody has to stay here with the dogs and the work and the show. So that's me. And my daughter's like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to get on a plane and go to Oregon." And I'm like, "Well, you know, you either do or you don't. I don't want to say you have to go." She's an adult now. She's paid for her freedom with, 15 years of schooling and counting. So if she says no, fucking no is no. I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to guilt her into doing something she don't want to do. That being said, it looks like my wife is going to be on her own if she wants to go north for a quinceañera. And that's a bummer because, that would be neat to go and do that. I wish we had the time to just pack up and take off. all of us and do that. You know, I'd love to drive up to Oregon, take a couple of days to get there, you know, hang out for a week, a couple of days to come back, go back and forth different ways, you know, up through the valley and then down the coast, up the coast and down the desert. I mean, you know, there's so many ways to go. But that ain't gonna happen. If the van was up and running perfect, it still would be a tough one, right? So she's talking about getting on a plane on this day and that day, and her and Natalie and me dropping them off and picking them up. And I'm like, well, if you're getting dropped off on this day, it's like 2 days later, we're driving off to Vegas for another long trip. It's like, that just doesn't feel right. She's not going to want to get on a plane at all and then be gone for a week and then come back and go and do this. Said you have to readjust that schedule, you know, and she can't because that's when the day of the quinceañera is. She's got to be there on that day, so she's got to be there that week. And it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, you know. So there's that whole thing. I want her to go. I want to go. I want my daughter to go. I wish we could all go. But it doesn't seem feasible. So I don't know. I know that all next week is empty. Starting Saturday, all the way through till Friday is completely empty for me. So I'm going telethon all next week. Starting Monday morning, I am going to go live for my Monday show and then start a new stream for telethon and then start a new stream for the 5 p.m. show, finish that show and start another stream continuing the telethon. So in a telethon playlist, it'll be all of the telethon stuff plus the morning and the evening. It'll be the whole thing in the playlist from beginning to end. While at the same time, I'll be able to still take my morning and evening shows and drop them into their own particular playlists, which is really cool. I love organization, and YouTube helps me organize my I wish I could put playlists within playlists. Copy someone's playlist into my playlists of other people's playlists. So I can say, go to this file, look for this playlist, and go to them, play and like and subscribe over there, right? Because I'm not greedy. I don't want it all for myself. It's a community here. We all need to share, learn how to get along. I don't mind going and telling people, you need to go and check them out and like and subscribe. You really do. I don't ask for that on my channel. If you want to subscribe, go for it. It's a help. Let's see. My graphics computer is lagging. I'm playing it directly from YouTube because that's where it is. And I want to make sure it's copacetic. So every once in a while my service lags and it freezes. But so far my outgoing stream is really healthy. I'm really happy about that. It just means that next week's telethon is going to go off without too much trouble. Because I'm going to be around the clock. When I'm not doing a show, I'll be here and you'll just kind of be a fly on the wall in my room here. I'm going to open things up, expand it out a little bit so that you'll be able to see more of the room and more of me and more of what I'm doing so that you will actually be in the room with me. I better check on dogs real quick. I'll be right back. Cassidy. This was a favorite in the group. Let me check my audio real quick. Well, I've been sitting here talking to myself, thinking that I was talking to you. Anyway, the sound check sounds good. My voice is coming through okay. It's not overpowered by the music. And I was just remembering this show here, Paramore, at the Inglewood Forum in LA. Another show my daughter took me to, one of her favorite groups. And I'll tell you, Haley is a looker. She is a hell of an entertainer, and funny girl. But yeah, it was a great night. The Lindas opened up, and then the Foles from England. They were pretty damn good. They were tight. They were like, we play every night at nightclubs tight, you know, and their show was so professional, right? I have never seen a stage show concert that was just music that was perfect from end to end. Everything, all of the music, the instruments, the sound, the lighting, everything that he said, their stage presence, everything was perfect from beginning to end. Everything. It was like, this is their job and they are professionals, right? Foles. Don't remember who they were, never heard of them before, but I enjoyed the hell out of it, as I did the Lindas. I didn't know who the Lindas were, but it was like, I'm going to buy their album. And I did, and it was, great fucking stuff. I've got a great recording of Foles. It's not fantastic, but it's a really good recording of Foles, so I'll probably put that together this weekend and load that up. I think if I do a Sunday edition, it's going to be a lot of music, because I've been kind of lagging on doing music stuff. So if I really have my gumption on the next couple of days, after all the going out every night, going out late Friday night to go see Starcrawler at Pappy and Harriet's is really going to be a drain, because even though it's just 15 or 20 minutes down the road, it's still going to get out late, and then we're going to be hungry, so we're going to go get food, and then we're going to come home, we're going to hang out for an hour or two, just rapping and watching TV and eating, and then once again, I'm asleep after midnight. And while I don't have anything to do Saturday morning here or anywhere, how much will I crash, right? Totally. I can't wait for Starcrawler. I am going to open up these LPs if it kills me today, and crank some of that shit up. My wife's like, is that who we're going to see, Los Locos? I said, yeah. They look like they're a pretty rowdy bunch. They're going to be fun. And she's like, oh my goodness. And yes, the checks are going, David, and the girls are going. I don't know how many of the girls. It can get a bit rowdy for a 12-year-old, so the youngest may not go. Which is kind of a bummer, because I wanted everybody to be there, you know. And, I don't know, I exposed my daughter to a lot of weirdness growing up, and she has turned out straighter than anyone I know, right? I mean, and I know a lot of straight people. You poor souls. Weird, man, be weird. But she's weird like me, but she is like the straightest weird like me. So, having raised her with all of my weirdness and around weirdness and strange people, and, you know, she turned out perfect, fantastic, you know. She's the bee's knees. Long break. Totally. Yeah. I'm watching the mic levels as I do that. I'm still learning what I can do, what I can get away with here. Visually and audio-wise, you know. Wow. Man, I am having such a fantastic fucking time doing this night show. It's like the exact opposite of this show, right? Of course, we still get this. We still get Lava Lamp Camp. That's the main feature of the show, that and the music. And then, of course, I appear during the programming most of the time down here, right? But the programming that happens during the evening is so much fun. It's so much fun to research, to curate, to create the video or the idea for the segment. It's just, you know, of course I was getting lost on the morning show, but the evening show, the same thing. It's the whole researching, gathering the songs. Now I'm gathering commercials, and I'm bringing commercials to my show. So along with all of the 1920s and 30s music that my father was famous for playing on his show, I'm also playing commercials from the 70s and 80s during the time that he was on the radio. So I'm trying to connect all the dots the best I can to bring you as close as possible what I think my father would have done in the evening for that show, because it's modeled pretty close to what he does. Yeah, it was, and so I kept track of what was happening last night, and I kept track of 17 songs that I played in that hour, along with 3 or 4 commercial breaks that lasted anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes per break. So that's a lot of content to bring in 1 hour, plus my little DJ part, my little announcer sections, which only last a few seconds because that's all I get. The less I talk, the more I can bring. So I've started to find some country, some more blues, some folk stuff, just whatever I can gather from the 20s and 30s. And like I said, I think I might extend it on Fridays. If not all the time, then on special occasions. Extend my show on a Friday night. And because it's Flashback Friday, do a little bit more flashback, a little video flashback, maybe show something special or listen to something special, and then use the second hour of the show to have a video or phone conversation with someone who's familiar with the programming, right? I don't know if there's someone watching, but I see a fly on the wall here for most of the morning, and I don't know if it's just a glitch in the matrix or if there's actually been somebody watching for most of the broadcast this morning. Wow, it's 6:20. But if you are there, I hope you're enjoying the show and you're enjoying hanging out. I can't believe that I have reached and surpassed 100 subscribers. My views have reached about 7,000-ish. I'm talking lifetime views here. While my view time has still not reached 1,000 hours, or even 500 hours, I think. I'm still seeing a lot of activity on my channel, and it pleases me so to know that I'm doing something that is making some kind of difference, some kind of impact. It's pleasing somebody. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Oh, okay, so that's been you. Okay, I've been seeing this one number here and thinking, well, I know two of the numbers are me because I'm watching on two devices. But I was kind of curious as to who was out there. So what's going on, Joey? Man, I am whooped. I've been doing way too much lately, and I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel it, man. It's crazy. Oh, here's a song here that it was kind of a new song at the time. I think it had only been played a few times. Bob Weir song. It's really good. I really liked this song because you listen to so much Dead and you hear the same songs over and over again. It's neat to hear stuff that's different, you know. Oh, I'll bet you're tired. Are you off yet? I mean, for like the weekend? When is your weekend? I wish I got a weekend, man. I do this during the week and then I work during the weekend. Thankfully, I have no work this weekend. I have no work this weekend or all week. So I'm really hoping that between now and Sunday morning, I get enough to put together for a Sunday edition. Because I really enjoy that, doing all of my video premiere stuff on one day. So a Sunday edition may only come twice a month. Until I get into the regular swing of putting out videos. But then that's going to fluctuate because, you know, something's always happening. Thursday through Saturday? Thursday, Friday to Saturday. Okay. It's not bad. That's not bad, man. You get a pretty good chunk of the weekend there. Of course, guys like us, what are we going to do, right? Go home and listen to records all weekend? That's usually the case, right? I get time off and I try to do absolutely nothing. I mean, I really, really, really need to do more with all of this. But I get time to myself and sometimes I just get lazy, you know? Just get lazy. And then that makes me upset because my depression had pretty much kept me in a state of laziness for decades.
So now, when I feel lazy, I feel guilty. I feel like, you know, what am I doing? I don't have time to just sit and surf on the TV or sit and fucking swipe on the fucking phone, or even, you know, now if I'm on anything, I'm on the internet and I'm scouring the internet for content. Well, good. Friends are good. I try to tell my daughter, look, if you take care of your friends, they're always going to be there for you. And I'm not, you know, like, you don't have to pay your friends. What I'm saying is, you need to take care of your friends. You need to keep up with friendship maintenance, you know. And I've never been good at that. I've lost so many friends because I'm just horrible at friendship maintenance. I never learned it, right? So I'm trying to instill that in her, you know. Tell her, you know, why don't you call your friends and go out and go do something? No, now she's doing it more on her own. Of course, she's out of school for the summer. So I'm hoping that she gets out and does more with her friends, you know. Like this concert coming up. I think it's in July. It's the one of the singers from One Direction, one of the other singers, not Harry Styles, but what's the other guy's name? The guy from Ireland, Scotland. That dude. Fuck, his name keeps just evading. Yeah. Victim of the crowd. Yeah, I can't wait. So the deal is that it's like, all right, get the tickets, and then we'll buy the tickets from you, and then we'll get you a place to stay, a motel, a hotel, an Airbnb, something nearby, so you guys don't have to drive home, right? And then I won't have to go out there, because they're not going to go out there and want to drive home afterwards. It's just too much. They're too young. They don't want to do it. At that age, I was out till 6 in the morning driving up and down the freeways, and then be up for 3 days after that. But these kids are not built like that. So, yeah, it's going to be finding a good place and getting them real close so they can leave the venue and just drive a few minutes and bada bing. And hopefully drive a few minutes down the road, get their in and out, and then drive over to the Airbnb or whatever. I think that'll be better. You know, they can get out there early, check in, hang out, relax, get adjusted, and then go to the concert, and then get food and come back to the room, and then come home the next day when everything's, you know, bright and sunny. Of course, I want to be the dad and go and drive and make sure that everything, but at the same time, I've got girls here that lost a year and a half of high school because of having to home study during that pandemic bullshit. You know, and we live in a small area, so they don't get to go out much. There's, you know, so I really want them to go out and have an adventure on their own. That's it. That's plain and simple, you know. Yeah, I'm going to be crazy worried, but it's my job as a dad is to make sure that she's ready for the world, and she needs to go out and experience life, you know, and that's just the way it is. And of course, we'll get down to the and I'll be like, all right, I'm going, I'm taking you, and I'll just hang out at the Airbnb while you guys are, you know, or screw it, I'm taking you and we're just coming straight home. And that might happen, you know, if they decide that they're just a little, I don't know, the place is a little too far from the show. Well, then forget it. I'll drive. No big, man. I mean, that's my job. That's my job as dad. So if it comes to that, then it comes to that. But the thing is that they have this reward for. I mean, the girls graduated. They both have college degrees now. And I think we're taking Audrey and Deja's little sister. I think, but I don't know. I know there's 4 girls going. Yeah. So I can't wait. I totally can't wait. Whether I go or not, I can't wait for the adventure to happen. In a couple of months, she's going to be 20 years old. That's 2 decades. I'm still having trouble getting past my first 2 decades. I'm still there. That's Phil Lesh, the bass player, singing. See, when I'm not talking, my microphone actually picks up my headphones. Crazy talk. Crazy. He's crazy. Yeah, this was Righteous live. I love Phil Lesh. I think he's a great singer. He's just got a emotional voice. Yeah. Not much range, but a lot of emotion. Phil Lesh is phenomenal. That was great. This is another one that was really popular at the time with my group anyway. Not my group. I mean, I didn't own anyone, you know. Just a great fucking song. Yeah, every time back then that I tried to talk to anyone in my group about Jerry's age, his longevity, his ability to continue, his health versus his addictions, that kind of shit. Anytime I tried to broach the subject, pardon my mouse moving here, anytime I tried to bring it up, they were having none of it. Jerry's gonna live forever. He's a god. You can't say that. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, nobody wanted to talk about the reality of Jerry and how long he was going to be able to do this. So when I went to this last show that I went to, and I heard it in Jerry's voice, right? You could just hear it cracking, and you can hear his age. You can hear the end, right? The inevitable end creeping closer and closer. And you can hear it in his voice and see it in his face. At least I could, and I couldn't talk to anyone about it, right? I even made the prediction, I don't think Jerry's going to finish out this season, I didn't want to say that, but that's how I felt. I mentioned it to somebody, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. So much so that nobody probably remembers the fact that I said, yeah, Jerry's going to die. Listen to him, he's going to pass away soon. I mean, you can hear it. It was like that guy in the Twilight Zone where he looked at somebody's face and they would light up, and then they'd be dead soon. I'm not saying that I predicted it. I'm just saying that I saw the probability. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And, being fully able to deal with the reality of mortality, it was even easy for me to look at, someone and say, yeah, they're going to pass away. Because we're all going to pass away. That's just the way it is. It was still a bummer. It's always a bummer. But that's life. But I couldn't talk to anyone about it. You know? Talk about being burned at the stake for your opinions. You can't say that, man. No way. It's gonna live forever, dude. Nothing lasts forever, man. Nothing. Nothing. There we go. Gotta get it out. Better out than in. Yeah, last night out at Giant Rock was very reminiscent of that same vibe from a Dead show. Thank you guys, that was awesome. There was nothing really traditional in any of the sounds that I heard last night. And I hope the video and the sound quality, you know, if the video came out, that the sound quality is good. I'm just hoping the video came out at this point, jeez. I'm having trouble with SD cards and corrupt data and all kinds of stupid crap. So hopefully I got some good footage last night, and I'll try to upload that today and take a look at it, and then over the weekend create some content. I'd like to do a Foles video. I'd like to do a Harry Styles concert video. I'd like to put some of this footage together. I'd like to do like an open mic medley collage type thing, you know, of parts of different people's stuff. I don't want to bring anything in full because I feel like I'm stealing their thunder. I'd like to bring it to you and introduce you to it so that you can say, yeah, I want to go check them out, and then give you the places to check it out. But you know, if it's a cover, I have no problem bringing a cover to you from somebody. But if it's their original music, I feel really squishy about taking their original music and then using it as content on my channel. Right? If it's a mainstream artist, if they allow it, I'm going for it. But local artists can't really scream copyright and get me in trouble. So I want to filter it first and make sure that I'm not humping the bunk. I'm not screwing anybody over, stealing their thunder, like I said. That being said, I do want to show you what's going on out here because there's just so much. There's just so much. I really wanted to go live last night, but there was no signal. I would have to go far away to get a signal and then hotspot it over to the computer. And then hope that it's close enough that it's going to give me a decent signal, right? Put it up on a pole and stick it 100 feet up in the air. And then I'm 100 feet away. Is it going to work? I don't know. I don't know the tech shit. I don't know this shit, man. I'm just winging it. It's just a hobby, man. If it wasn't a hobby, I'd have my IT people fucking deal with it. Have my secretary call the IT guys. Get them in here, figure this shit out. And get me some more coffee. Damn it. Coffee, 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 coffee. One of my favorite scenes from a movie called Head Office. Judge Reinhold is in that movie. It's a Judge Reinhold movie. Head Office is an HBO movie made back in the 80s. Just a cheesy, silly little movie. But there's the scene where one of the guys in there is just screaming for coffee, 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 and the secretary is always just on edge because this guy's always screaming at her. And Judge Reinhold is going in to pay him back for getting his friend fired. And he just grabs the coffee from the lady and walks in and just pours it all over the guy's desk, right? And I think he even flips the desk over or something. It was a great scene, great scene. Judge Reinhold, he's really good at emotion, right? Because he's always got that smile, that really nice smile. And then when he diverts from that and shows emotion, it's really cool. You know, but I'm like a cheesy guy that likes to, you know, I like cheese. So it was pretty cool last night with the van out there. It's a bumpy road, washboard. I mean, not like washboards, like whoop-de-doos, right? The whole road out there is like whoop-de-doos. And in the big van, it's like whoa, 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 whoa. It's like hauling ass through a drive-in theater, right? Oh, man. So, but it was really neat to have the van parked out there, opened up with my lights on. I think next time is going to be really a lot of fun. Because, now we got, not that one, this one here. Now we got drums. There's my graphics for drums. Woo, I had fun putting this video together. Last time I just had one graphic behind everything. And this time I decided to keep the graphic the same, but alter it during each song. So this was an experiment that I think worked out pretty cool. It's kind of weird. I'm doing a couple of different effects there to get that to happen. But you don't want to watch that too much because, man, that'll fuck with your brain, man. That'll hypnotize you or at least throw you into a seizure or something. Should I put that into the video? Warning, this video could cause seizures, you know. Are you still there? Oh, man, he seized up on me. Caesar, no! No, Caesar! No! We're doomed! Totally. Are you ahead? No, but I'm catching up, man. I keep trying to think, what could I have added to last night that wouldn't have stolen from the awesomeness that was happening, right? And I'm like, if I had set up my drums, there was one part that I think, at least in my head, it felt like I could have done some non-organized percussion with the drums that would have worked. There was this one part that was just fantastic. And the instruments, I mean, a traditional hollow body electric, a Gibson electric, a little metal drum, you know, one of those little things. This guy's got these bowed instruments that you play with a bow, string instruments that are just really weird looking. All right, it's just like a piece of board with a hole cut out, and this long part on the neck, so you can hold on to these little skinny parts, and then thumb the strings, 4 strings, and then bow it as you're thumbing, you know, and sliding and stuff. And they're really cool. And the guy also had a theremin. He had a theremin that he hooked up, and he was kind of using it with his guitar. That was neat. At one point, he walked off into the sun that had set, and I was like, oh, that's a picture right there. So I got a couple of pictures, and I was like, oh, I gotta get some video. So I was like, okay, so I got some video. And then it was like, oh, you know what, we need to put a light. So I got a light. I put a light, got my phone, and lit him up with my wife having the camera, and she was kind of walking and coming in. And I'm hoping that it turned out okay, because I can also zoom in when I'm editing it. So that'll be cool. But the sounds, if I came up with 15 or 20 minutes of good sound, I know I got great video. And then if everything turned out, I'm going to be able to take the hours of stuff that I recorded last night and come up with something that should be entertaining. At least as entertaining as this. Oh my God, I'm having a seizure. Totally. It's really neat that they have two percussionists in the Grateful Dead. Bob Kreutzmann and Mickey Hart. Mickey Hart put out a lot of great records doing instruments and sound and all kinds of great percussion experiments and stuff. So Mickey Hart released a lot of stuff. We used to listen to some Mickey Hart in Mammoth. Now, Kreutzmann, he was more of into collaboration. He worked a lot with Jerry Garcia and a lot of other people just playing traditional percussion. But when you brought these two guys together, I mean, they would just go off. Glitch in the Matrix. My stream health looks really good. I'm happy with my stream health. If I can get through 10 consecutive shows, morning and night combined, I'm feeling really good about next week's telethon. That's gonna be the bee's knees, man. I am really gonna have to do some heavy organizing and some serious shoehorning to get this to work. So, that being said, it may be very difficult for me to do a Sunday edition, Sunday morning. It just all hinges on my ability to do all of these things in preparation for the telethon and for a Sunday. Now, the telethon is going to take precedent because it's long awaited and it's much needed and well deserved. So I want to bring the best telethon. I'm also considering having guests and live entertainment before, during, and after normal programming, because the telethon will be interrupted only by normal programming, morning show, evening show, and then anything else that happens live during the telethon is just part of the telethon. And fingers crossed that I can get David and Bush and some of the other guys to come over and hang out for a few minutes and be entertaining and plead for viewers. I'm not asking for subscribers. I've reached my goal. I've reached 100. That was my ultimate goal, to bring you a telethon. Right. The next goal is going to be 500. Right. And that is only as long as I feel I'm worthy of it, right? If it's entertaining, if people are getting off on it, then, yeah, please do subscribe, come back. Even if you don't subscribe, come back and hang out. If you don't know how to sign in, you don't want to make an account, you don't want to do this or that, then don't. Just come and hang out. You don't have to. I'm the one that's got to follow the rules. You can just be a viewer. Be a fly on the wall, man. Fly on the wall. Speaking of a fly on the wall, I went to lay down yesterday, and I couldn't get Big Face to come in, the big dog. And she didn't want to come in. I was like, all right, well, you know what? If you're not going to come in, you're going to be out there for an hour. So I'm talking to her, and she's looking up at me like, I don't want to come in. I want to lay in the sun. Leave me alone. And I'm like, all right. I'm leaving you out there. You're staying out there. And a fly came in. I was like, fucking fly. So I go in to lay down, and just as I lay down, that fly is buzzing around. Before I can even think about it, my dog Sam, who has come to lay down with me, jumps up and snaps once and grabs that fly. Boom. Fly gone. And I'm like, oh man, you are the best buddy in the world. you know, to make sure that I'm not going to be bothered while I sleep from this fucking fly. And he just snapped that thing out of the air and chewed it up, swallowed it. Fly boy. He's my great fly hunter. He's really cool. He's Mom even mentioned to Natalie the other day, isn't Sam an awesome dog? Isn't he like the best? He's like the best friend. I said, see, I told you, he's the best buddy. He's a professional buddy. That's what he does. Not only to us, but to the other dogs. To anybody that comes over to the house, he just jumps right up with them, and it's like, hey, how's it going? I'm your buddy. And it's really, really cool. I've never had a dog like Sam. I've had a lot of different dogs, different kinds of dogs, personalities, and he's a first. He's a definite first. One of a kind. One of a kind. Yeah. Just a great guy, really. He just comes into a room and brightens up the room and looks at you and says, hey, do you need attention? You need attention. It just goes right to you and gives you attention. Takes care of you, makes sure that you're feeling good, entertains you, chases his ass in circles, barks at you, sits there and looks at you and wags his tail, jumps up, starts chewing on you. I mean, whatever he's got to do to make sure that you're okay, physically, emotionally, psychologically. He's just the sweetest guy in the world. I think my daughter should get into animal psychology as well as people psychology and use animals to help people and people to help animals, right? Because, and then use Sam and dogs like Sam to help people. How did Sam come about? How was Sam created to be the dog that he is? Well, it goes back to his first life before he got with us. We found him on the streets, running around in a rainstorm on my daughter's birthday. And I'll tell that story again someday, but not today. But I brought him in, and he's been with us ever since. And while he was kind of feral when we got him, he's not. He's far from it. He's very, very sophisticated in his domesticity. You like that word? I like that, domesticity. Domesticity. Yeah. Did I just make that up? I don't know, man. I just talk. That guy talks funny. Leave him alone, Harry. He likes words. I do like words. Words are funny. Words are funny, especially when you use them in song lyrics. I got some great footage Tuesday night of Andy Hoberman, one of the local guitar singer-songwriters out here. Man, he is one of my favorite artists out here. I should have given him my card so he could be listening to me at some point saying, man, you are awesome. Because he just has a subtle way of telling a story and singing a song without really singing a... It's just so... It's like Dr. Demento-esque stuff, And he plays the flute. He played the flute with Paul Moeller in his set. And that was another phenomenal set. And I got one of those songs. I should have got the whole set. I didn't go there to record. I just went there to enjoy. And I wound up getting stuff. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. There's Ace Frehley, right? No, totally. Totally. Completely. Wow. Yeah, I'm like totally spaced out this week. Everything just keeps coming at me, you know. I have to keep drinking more and more caffeine to keep up with everything and take longer and longer naps. Last night, I got to sleep after midnight and slept through a couple of bathroom breaks, right? So my sleep wasn't all that great. I think it was probably 2.5 hours total. So I'll be looking forward to my nap after the show. That's important, that nap, because without that nap, I would be completely wiped out and useless by program time at 5 o'clock this evening. Completely. You know, I don't have to be entertaining now. I just got to be me. And I've been doing that my whole life, so that's a breeze. But the evening show, it's not so much that I have to be on, but I have to be on top of things. You know, I can't let the show slip. I don't plan anything other than scouring the internet at some time before the show and grabbing a bunch of music and sound stuff, right? And then making sure that it's on my computer and synchronized so that I can click on it and it just plays. It doesn't have to like boot up or something. Not available on this computer. Damn it. So I can't pick any music to play or anything with a little cloud icon next to it, or it just won't play right away. So that's a bummer. So I have to prepare for the show technically in that fashion. But I don't plan how I'm going to do things, what I'm going to play. I just compile a big file of sound stuff, music, commercials, you know, various forms of commercials. Right now I'm really into the McDonald's and Kmart stuff. So hopefully, you know, if anything, if I don't work on a Sunday edition, I will at least be editing blocks of commercials and stuff so that I can put them together easier. So that'll be cool. If I do work on anything during the week, then it'll be while, you know, I'll be going live on one computer, and the graphics computer, which is slower and older, that's another good graphic. The graphics computer does pretty much the same stuff. It's just slower, so I can work on small things over there. You know, put something in and edit out just the commercial, and then put the commercials in little chunks, and then save those as little commercial bites. So that's something I can do. But other than making little commercial bites, 2 or 3 minute videos, I really can't do much more on this graphics computer. I have to do it on the computer that will be busy during the week, pumping the show out live. So that's the only bummer, is that I don't have that third computer yet. If I had a Chromebook that was fast enough, I could go live through the Chromebook, or at least use it to set up OBS. And then free up my other computer so that I can use it to create content and to add in more graphics and sound and stuff. It would be neat to be able to fade the sound in and out a little bit smoother. But I think it's doing all right. We'll have to see what kind of content I come up with for the telethon. I have to come up with a lot of stuff to fill the time in between shows and during the time that I'm going to be napping and sleeping, right? Now, I don't sleep much at night. I get about 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours sleep at night. Midnight to 4. Somewhere in there I get some sleep. So that's pretty easy. I'm going to put on music. And we'll be looking at that. That and music. I might even put on elevator music. Muzak, right? Some Kmart music. So that'll kind of be nighttime. Just music playing with my lava lamp on. And then maybe have the lava lamp music and then have a little caption down here that says, I'm asleep, right? I need to figure out how to put a still shot in there. If I do that, hello? No, I don't know what the hell that did. Yeah. But so, somehow, I'm going to fill 24 hours a day for a few days, right? So that'll be interesting what kind of content I come up with. I don't want to create, like I've created one 6-hour show for the graduation where I was busy those 2 nights. So I could do something like that. But that takes a lot of computer energy and space and time to create a video that long. But then again, it might be more beneficial and more entertaining to anybody showing up to actually have something good to listen to while I'm over here in the corner snoring on my air mattress, which is something else that I'm going to be doing. I may have an air mattress here that I'll set up in the evenings to sleep so that I'm actually in the room when I say, okay, this is my bed, I'm going to go over here and lay down, and I'll have more cameras set up so you can see where I'm at in the room. And then, yeah, I'll have something playing, and then I'll switch over to the lava lamp cam with the music on, and I'll go to sleep. I'll be in my own little world. I can put on whatever I use to go to sleep, some kind of sleeping pill movie, and then leave you until I get up and have coffee, or get up and have something to eat and a Coke, depending on the time of the day it is. But it could be Grateful Dead, because I could just grab some Grateful Dead, throw a couple of concerts together, put it all together in one video. Like, if I make one more of these videos, I could add them all 3 together, and that would be a perfect sleep video, right? For at least one night. Because I've already got 2. So if I come up with another one more show that I've been to, I'm going to say 87 or 88, Grateful Dead, Irvine Meadows, Amphitheater. And I say Grateful Dead because they're long shows, 2 hours, 45 minutes. If I get 3 of those together, that's almost 8 hours of music. Wow, man. Or over 8 hours. Holy crap. It could be 87 hours. Because I'm horrible at math, so it could be anything. It really could be anything. It could be a bong hit. Well, I know that a lot of people are dealing with the end of school right now, whether this is their last week, or last week was their last week, or next week is their last week. But it seems like it's very similar all over the world, right? Certain ages are in certain grades learning certain materials, right? And they're pretty much learning all of the same crap, right? It's like you have to know this crap in order to exist in your country And then when you get to be an adult, all that crap goes out the window, and you're supposed to learn a whole new set of adult chunks of crap. It's just crap, you know. And then the thing is that they want you to believe this crap, and it's so unbelievable, you know. Really, like the one thing that really irks me and just pisses me off the most is that we spend all of our child's life, from the time they're born to the time they're an adult, telling them that they have to tell the truth. They're not supposed to lie. If they do something, fess up. Don't fuck around. Just admit it. Take your punishment and move on. That's the way it works, right? And then as soon as you become 18, or as soon as you start driving a car, your parent says, if you get into an accident, don't say anything. Don't admit any wrongdoings. Shut up. Don't tell the truth. Even if you know you're wrong, don't tell the truth. Just shut up. Tell them that you'll call your insurance and the attorneys and let them deal with it, right? And all of that truth and honesty shit goes out the fucking window as soon as you become an adult, and you're subject to all of that adult bullshit. And that just, why do we teach them that in the first place, right? And then I see all of these people who expend no energy in that direction. On all they teach their kids is crap and how to deal with crap. And are those the better parents? Are those the better people eventually? I don't know. Maybe they are, because they're better equipped to deal with all of the bullshit, lies and cheating and stealing that goes on when you become an adult. And it's commonplace. And that right there just puzzles the fucking hell out of me. That fucking paradox, that dichotomy where you got to do this, but then don't do that. Well, this is how you're supposed to be, but you're not supposed to be that way. Well, when and how, you know? Give me a fucking rule book, you know? Give me a chart that says, okay, well, look, you spin this wheel around and it lines up with this other wheel, and okay, now you can tell the truth. What the fuck? So I didn't play that with my daughter. She is an adult now, and if she screws up, she just says, hey, I screwed up. She admits it. She deals with it, apologizes, deals with the punishment, and moves the fuck on, right? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes, I did that. If that's what it fucking comes down to, then that's what you do, all right? Because you are the better person, no matter what the fucking system says or does. What other people say and do doesn't mean a fucking thing. What ultimately matters is what affects you and your inside, your soul, your, peace of mind. And if you can go through life as an adult lying and cheating and stealing because that's just what everybody else does, well, then you're just more cause and effect, And let's fucking change that. Come on. Let's go back to everything I need to know I learned in kindergarten. Let's bring back that poster. Let's bring back that book. Let's talk about that. I'm going to have to get a copy of that. In fact, let me write that down in my little book of what the fuck to do today. Right? Because that's what I do. I write shit down and then I accomplish about a third of it. I need a new notebook. So let's say notebook. And then what was I going to do? What was I going to write down in my little book? And it will come to me. Yeah. Okay. So my coffee's gone, which is probably why my brain isn't working anymore. Kindergarten. Ugh. I gotta get something to drink. That last drink of coffee was... Ooh. No wedgie. Aye. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I was talking to my daughter. Well, I was talking about my daughter and you know, lying and cheating and stealing and everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. So that is the book that I'm going to get. Kindergarten. Everything you need to know. Learned in kindergarten. Because I think that's important, and I think we should bring that back. I think we should, you know, let's not cancel everything out. There's a lot we can learn from our past, even the bad stuff, which is why I don't censor out stuff on my show here, and I don't censor out music that may or may not be offensive on the evening show, music or comedy. It's not meant to be offensive, therefore I won't apologize for it. If it offends you, turn a channel. If it offends you, grow up. You know, if it offends you, realize that other people have lived other ways before us, and if we don't learn from these stupid ways that people had before us, we're just gonna fucking do it again, you know? So if it offends you, pull up your fucking pants, suck it in, and, you know, hold back your emotions and fucking learn something. Learn something about the past. Don't take it personally. Just learn from the experience, right? So, you know, if I play some minstrel music where you know guys were doing this in blackface, or you know they're talking about darkies down south or gooks or whatever, I'm not playing it intentionally to hurt people. If I play it a couple of times and it's like, that rubs me the wrong way, well then I'm not going to play it anymore. It'll go in the don't play this file, right? But there are some things where, you know, some offhanded references and comments and stuff are okay, because it makes you think, yeah, back then, man, there was a lot of weird, horrible shit going on, you know, and you parallel that shit with what's going on today, and if you haven't learned from back then, well, you're just gonna keep doing the same shit, and because we hide our history and we hide from the past because it hurts our feelings, we've lost touch with a lot of experiences and lessons learned, you know, and lessons unlearned, because we just, you know, oh, this hurts my feelings, oh, it makes me feel bad, my ancestors and all this shit, you know. Yeah, it was fucked up, man. A lot of shit was fucked up, you know. I had a lot of shit fucked up in my own life. I don't have to look back to look at things that were fucked up. I saw a lot of fucked up shit, a lot of hate, and you know, hate. I saw a lot of fucking hate growing up, man. So, but did I learn from that? Hell yeah, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the world. I learned a lot about what not to fucking let happen again. I wish I had been able to come to you on YouTube 40 fucking years ago when I was learning this shit. You know, we could have changed the fucking world. Now, you know, we could change the world with the smartphones and the YouTubes and the social medias and all this shit. And do we? No, we watch fucking cat videos and we talk about stupid shit, you know. Let's make some unboxing videos, right? Or let's make videos where we try on bikinis. You know, let's make some more stupid videos about stupid shit. You know, because no one wants to save the world, no one wants to save humanity, no one wants to save the animals. You know, nobody wants to save, you know, ourselves. They just want to look really good on TV. No matter how their life is crumbling around them, they just want to look good on TV, and they want to be seen as having this glamorous life. You know, ain't nothing glamorous about this guy's life. I'm an old, crazy old weird balded bearded guy, you know, living in surrounded by ancient artifacts from my past. Do I, you know, is it perfect? No, it's perfect for me. But it's far. If someone else come over here with their idea of what perfection is, with their 3-car garage filled with 6 cars that they owe money on, and a big giant house that they owe money on, and a job where they got to work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and overtime just to keep up on all of this shit. And they never see their family, you know, except for the 2 weeks a year they go on vacation, or date night once a month. You know, I mean, that's no way to live. I can't do that. I could never fucking do that. I could never go back to that. You know, I would rather live in squalor and know my family personally, not have to reintroduce myself to them every fucking day, right? Which is how it was going. You know, busy, 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 work, 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 boss, boss, boss. Be the guy. You know, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Internally, externally, it's just not worth it. This was my song on this show because I got a miracle. I didn't have a ticket, so Andy went out and he held his hand up. He just held up one finger, and somebody walked by and gave him a ticket. Somebody miracled me in, gave me a ticket. At least that's the way I remember the story. Is Andy coming back and saying, "Here's your ticket. It's a miracle." I went, "Whoa, no, really?" Yep. So there you go. People holding up signs. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. You know, other people would just walk up, you know, and just hand them a ticket and walk by. And that's the kind of community that was like embedded into the Grateful Dead shows, Shakedown Street, the whole scene. You know, I hope at some point I have even a slight amount of community here on this channel, because that's all it really needs to me, is have that connection, that contact with people, you know, and at least, you know, I've had communications with at least 10%, 10 to 25%, probably more, because of my subscriber list is probably 12, and then there's probably another 6 people that I have conversations with, right? So I've had this feeling of community, and it's starting to happen, you know. And to me, that's more important. You know, I would rather have a low subscriber count and a greater connection with those people than have thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers and not know who the hell I'm talking to every day, right? Or have so many comments coming in that I can't keep track of answering people. That would be, you know, I'd have to have a fucking secretary. All right, you get over there and answer comments. What did they say? Okay, type in this. You know, I mean, that would just be crazy. Crazy. He's a crazy man. Oh, he's so crazy. Crazy man. Okay, so this is the song that he started singing. And halfway through the song, I just started bawling uncontrollably. You know, I wasn't like, but I was just like, tears were just pouring down my face. I was just, and at that point, I knew this was it. For me, this was it. I was never going to see Jerry Garcia again. Yeah. I just heard it in his voice. Right there. He was so tired. Just so tired. Boy, do I know that, man. Some more coffee.
Springtime weather slide. Hopeful candle lingers. Playing another line. We're headless horsemen. Wild and lonely cry, lonely cry. We'll never know, never know.
Actually, I had to go wipe my tears, right? That sounded cool. I can't believe my show's over in a half an hour. Even my 3-hour shows go by so quick for me. You know, that's why I think this whole telethon thing is going to be really fun, a real fun experiment to see what I can do to fill up all of that time. The amount of time that it takes me to reach 10 viewers at the same time. And that's all it's going to take. I see the number 10, and I pulled names out of a hat. Boom. Just like that. Don't have to be watching to win. Most people from the first drawing don't even have to enter. You just have to be a subscriber that I can see or that I know of, and you have to be on my friends list on Facebook. That's it. And then the second drawing, a smaller, easier to win drawing, is just whoever's watching who types in the name or the word drawing. You type in the word drawing and you're entered. I take your name there, drop it into a hat. When I get to 10, I draw. That's it. It could be 2 names in the frickin' hat with 10 people watching, right? That's going to be an easy win. What are you going to win? I don't know. A t-shirt, some 45s. I don't know. It's going to depend on you, actually. Because I got a lot of crap. You got an 8-track player, I'll send you some 8 tracks. You got a record player, I'll send you records, 45s, 78s, that kind of stuff. If you're into vintage paraphernalia in one form of another, let's find out what those forms are. Maybe I have some of that crap lying around here. I'll send it to you.
He just wants to get rid of his crap. Leave him alone, Harry. He's a thrifty guy.
Production value. That's one of the things I learned from my father and Steven Spielberg, was production value. Get as much as you can out of what you got. Right? That's it. That's all it is. Production value. So I have a lot here that I don't use. Walkie-talkies. I'm going to have to make sure I take my walkie-talkies with new batteries the next time we go out to Giant Rock. Send the kid up to the top of the mountain, right, with a phone as a hotspot and a walkie-talkie. How's the signal look? Signal looks all right. Right. All right, we're gonna go live. All right, looks good. That'd be friggin' awesome. But yeah, so I got a lot of crap around here. I'm not gonna give away my walkie-talkies. I might give away a radio, but that's gonna be later. If I'm looking at 500 subscriber drawing, then I'm looking at something bigger and more robust, right? I could, at some point when the viewer count reaches, you know, it's like, wow, I need to really show my appreciation in a big way. Then I'm looking at maybe a Sony boombox, a collection of 8 tracks and a player, right? I mean, this could go any number of ways. Once we get subscriber count higher and higher, I have more and more stuff to impart upon you as gifts, and that's going to be fun. Curating a specific gift, let me do it again here, for, you know, each winner. That's going to be challenging but fun, especially if they decide not to get with me. Then it's gonna be like, okay, fine, let me see, I'll just guess and say, okay, well, let me send this and this and this. Right? It's gonna be more fun if I get to sit and chat with them or comment with them or, you know, however, but communicate with them somehow and figure out exactly what I want to put together for them. And it's not one of those overnight processes either. When I know someone or want to send someone a gift, I'll conceive the idea. You know what? I want to send somebody a gift, and this is what I want to send. Well, no, I want to, but also I want to. When I decided to send my brother some stuff, it took me 6 weeks to compile, or more. 6 weeks or more to compile all of the components of the things that I wanted to send to him, right? And it's no easier with anyone. It's even harder with people that you don't really know, right? So it takes a little time to say, ooh, that right there, that's going to go perfect with this other thing, you know, and then I need to find this. Once I find this thing here, that's going to tie it all together. Oh, wait, also this I need to, and then I'll dig through a bunch of stuff and go, bing, 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 here it is. So, you know, it's all about like putting together a box of things, and when that box reaches the right aroma, when it feels good, when it feels right, it's like, all right, let me bubble wrap this shit and let's ship it, you know. And it took me a long while to send a gift pack to my brother and then to another old friend. And the gift packs were very similar because they were things that I also had recently acquired that were kind of a time reach. So it's like, all right, you know, if I want to have one of these shirts, then he's got to have one, and he's got to have one too. So we get together, we go, yeah, shirts, you know, or like this bong up here, right here, this graphics bong. All right. So that's very important. That's an artifact from my past, right? So it's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna have one, my brother's gotta have one. So it was like I picked out, it's like I color coordinated all the things that I sent to him too. It's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna have a Cami t-shirt, then it's gonna be red, and then it's gonna have a red bong, right? It's gonna go with, you know, or if I get him maybe a purple, and then I see the purple glasses. So it's like, all right, so I went around and back and forth, and I was like, okay, so it was like, okay, red shirt, purple bong, purple glasses, what else? So it's, you know, and then I got to the point where it's like, all right, now I got to do records, right? And that opened up a whole nother area of saying, dude, let's time travel. So that was really cool. And it just keeps, you know. So when I think about sending somebody something, it's not like on a whim. It's not like, oh, I saw this at Dollar General and I thought I'd buy it for you, you know. And that's possible if maybe I'll see something at a different store, thrift shop or Dollar General or even Walmart or something. It's like, oh, this says something. So maybe I'll take it and add to it, take a paint pen and add to it. And then, yeah, okay, now it's personalized. And get two, so now I've got one, and then I'll send one to somebody else and go, look, we're twins, we got the same thing. You know, that's a connection, right? That makes it personal to do, you know, makes it a personal gift. That's important to me. That's, you know, to make that contact, that connection that says, hey, you know, we're buds, dude. So yeah, if you get something from me in the mail, I hope that you have as much fun opening it up and going through it and enjoying all of the things as I do putting all of the things into that box, right? Because I'm new at this. I'm new at gift giving and sharing and all of that. I was raised pretty feral, and, you know, oh, get away from me, this is mine, go on. So this is new. I was never raised to be a host. So being a host like this, I'm hosting, right? So this is new, you know. If you were here, I would go, oh man, I forgot to offer you something to drink. Do you want something to drink? You know, it's been an hour and I still haven't offered you something to drink. And I feel bad, I feel guilty. Because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to be a host. We didn't have people over. You know, can't squeeze too many people into a little motorhome or trailer or something. Or a van down by the river. But that's okay. You know, I had a very unique life. I wouldn't trade it, nor could I trade it, because where would I be had I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be me. I would be something completely different, which means that I wouldn't have the wife and the animals, and my daughter wouldn't be who she is, right? So all of this means something. So would I change? No, I wouldn't change a thing. I would go back to relive the experiences and plant the seeds of change for now. But that's it, you know. Plant the seeds of change for now. It's all I could do. Wow, I've got a really healthy live stream today. It looks really good on YouTube, and my numbers are all looking real good. Wow.
That makes me feel really, really good.
It's like next week is going to be really bitchin'. I feel it. I'm going to open this room up more, give us a wider camera angle, give us 3 camera angles, give us some great graphics, give us stuff to play with. I am going to scour the internet for content, so I've got a lot of stuff on my graphics computer to bring us. It's going to be freaking awesome. And then I'll be doing a lot of work here in the studio while I'm with you, so I can kind of bring you in on the creative process of what I'm doing. I'll put a video up that I'm editing, and we'll edit a little stuff together. We'll watch movies together, listen to music together. We'll play some games together. That's another thing. If anybody wants to go out and buy a battleship game, a traditional, original style battleship game, before next week, then we can play Battleship live, right? And then if that person wants to video chat with me, then we go to the ultimate gaming thing where we're playing a game together, live, back and forth, video, audio, the works. You sank my battleship, man, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be. Peachy keen, man. So, you know, scour your thrift shops or go to Walmart and pick up a battleship game. Traditional games are pretty much easy to find right now. Milton Bradley and all of those guys, Barker Brothers, they're all trying to come back and revamp and bring out their games. So they'll bring out the Star Wars version of something and then try to push their original version too. We can't do stuff like Uno and cards and turn-based games that require us to have the exact same thing. But you can have your battleship field on your side. I can have mine on my side, which is the original way it's played. We can do that over the phone. We can do chess. We can do checkers, right? Because we just have to follow each other's moves and then mirror those boards. So that kind of stuff we can do. We can't really do Life and Monopoly. It would be, we could, but it would be a little more complex with the banking and the free parking and the purchasing of properties and stuff. But it could happen, you know. And we might do a game night, Thursday nights, game nights, you know. So this live telethon, multi-day, multi-show thing is going to be a fantastic experiment, and hopefully, if I'm really lucky, it will spawn ideas and other shows and segments and stuff. So the live stuff is a lot easier to produce. Video editing is really cumbersome and time consuming, and I'm getting good at producing the videos for my morning show and for evening content, right? So now I just need to get a good rhythm going, producing content for the rest of the time. Stuff to release on Sundays, and then stuff to introduce throughout the week. So I'm really, really behind. There's another good graphic. I'm really, really behind in my video production. And it's, you know, 50-50. It's my fault, and it's life, you know, living life. It ain't easy to be able to keep on top of stuff. And this is a hobby. It's not a job. I do have work, so that takes precedent. I've arranged my online live schedules here, the morning show and the evening show. I've arranged those so that unless I have to leave town for something or go out and do something family related or ultra important, I can still maintain my schedule. 3 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. I can do 1 hour in the evening and still get out and go locally and do something in the evening. I can do something in the I can do my morning show and still have the rest of the day to do my work, because my work doesn't start until 9 or 10 at the earliest. Usually not until 11. So my online, my YouTube schedule, my channel schedule right now perfectly fits around my work schedule. So I just need to make sure that I, coherently add something to the mix. And making more videos right now is the most important thing, aside from getting ready for next week's telethon. Man. It's even harder to live it than it is to explain it. But it's still so much fun. I can't believe that the crowd is screaming for one last song, and then my show is pretty much going to be over here. And then they go into the last song. Yeah. Wow. What a morning it's been. What a week it's been so far. It's not even over yet. And I feel like it's Saturday. Really. I am just whooped. We've got to go. We're going out tonight to go to the nighttime Mojave flea swap meet market. So we're going to go do that and support some friends, very close personal friends, and check out the local situation, and hopefully keep up with the contacts, the networking, and try to build up some kind of community related to this channel, so that I can say, hey, I'm going to be doing this. Do you have something I can do to add to my show? Or they're going to say, hey, do you want to come do your show from our place on this night, because we're doing that, and then we can simulcast onto our stuff, right? So that is happening, and that will be happening more as soon as I get used to this, and as soon as I'm utilizing all of my technical skills and technical hardware. As soon as I can use this to the best of what it's capable, or at least the best that I'm capable, I think this show is going to have unlimited possibilities. If I can go into some place, even without a signal, and record something live and edit it while I'm recording, then all I have to do is take that live recording that's already edited, add a beginning and end on it, or maybe even add that while I'm recording. I mean, I have the ability to do that. And then just pump out a complete piece right there. Boom, recorded, live, done, in the can, upload it. I want to be able to do that. To me, that's the ultimate content. Produce something live, recorded, and then upload it. Or produce something live on YouTube Live, and simulcast it on other platforms for myself or for other people, right? Looks like I'm starting to drop frames here. I dropped 85 frames, which is like 0.0%. So at some point my speed must have dipped down for a millisecond or something, or a few seconds. So I probably froze somewhere. Totally. But it hasn't gone past 85. It's still only 85. All my other numbers look good. So that's positive. So far, this is the only other issue I've had this week where it's slowing down for a little bit. And I think Monday or Tuesday, it was really slow for about 30 minutes. And then it went right back to normal. So, yay. I'm real happy about that because I want to go live and bring constant content, do the live thing, for 24 hours a day until I reach my goal. 10 viewers, that's it. 10 viewers, and then we're holding a drawing. And then we'll get to 20 viewers, or, all right, we're not going to get to 20 viewers tonight, so tomorrow we're going to go to 10 viewers. And we'll hold the next drawing. And that's it. That's all it is. No purchase necessary. All you got to do is enter the word drawing into the live feed comments, and you're entered in one. The other one, all you got to do is just be here. Not even be here live. Just be on my friends list and be on the subscriber list that I can see, manage your stuff, and make it visible to me so I know you're there. So there's 2 drawings. The first one is going to be harder to win because there's going to be everybody from my friends list in there. And as many subscribers here as I can see. But the second drawing, where all it is people saying drawing and then reaching 10 viewers, it could be a couple of people, And then once again, hopefully the people will get with me and help me curate a little box, a little gift pack for them. Something, something. Nothing crazy, but something personal. Otherwise, it's going to just be personal to me, to you. I would rather be it personal on both sides. And that's it. That is the Grateful Dead from June 4th of 1995. Don't be misled by the misprint, because it is a misprint. Inside the video, it is a misprint. I can't believe it is almost 8 o'clock. That's crazy. I won't even play the preview today because tomorrow's Friday, and we know that tomorrow is Flashback Friday, and all we're going to be doing is sitting and talking about Elsinore, past events and concerts and stuff relating to Southern California and Elsinore. Maybe possibly looking at some history books, some photographs, some yearbooks, that kind of stuff. It's Flashback Day, so we're going to do that. And don't forget, this evening we have Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia for 1 hour starting at 5 p.m. You can tune in early. You can tune in at 4:30 and watch the pre-show. Will just be a broadcast of something that we've watched this week, right? Maybe I'll do one of those educational films tonight. And then tonight will just be more at 5 o'clock, more old-time music and old-time commercials and old-time entertainment. Nobody has answered the trivia question that's gone on for 2 weeks. I gave up, right? I think I'm going to need more viewers concurrently, if that's the right word. Consecutive viewers that are watching at the same time. I think I'm going to need more viewers when I ask those questions so that I have a better chance for an answer. I don't think most people know any of the music that I'm playing, let alone, answers to trivia questions about some of the music. But we'll see. It'll go on and on and on, and we'll learn more and more about the 20s and 30s and about each other. That's good stuff right there. Yeah. So Monday morning, we're going to be talking about dreams, looking at dreams through the eyes of 1960s and 70s educational films in school, right? I'm not quite sure what Television Tuesday is going to be. If I can't come up with anything substantial, it'll be commercials from the 70s and or 80s and news broadcasts. television show openings, that kind of stuff. But there are a few things that I want to bring to you, so I have to create those videos and upload them and see if I get permission. If I don't get permission, then I have to delete them and go, eh. So fingers crossed. There's also some things that I might just share from other viewers that have uploaded stuff. Right. But I have I have found a few things. I just have to make sure that I can use them. And then I will bring them to you. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then I'll create some new shows for next week's Old Time Radio Wednesday. Probably stuff like Little Orphan Annie, Baby Snooks, Popeye, or Betty Boop. Something kind of relating a little toward the nighttime show so we can tie it together. And then, of course, X-1, because that's my favorite show. You can find X-1 all over YouTube. Right now, there's somebody live streaming every show in order, right? You can find most of the stuff that I view here, but I like to create my own videos that make it personal to me, which hopefully then create a personal connection to you and my past and yada yada. So yeah, there's that. I have had way too much fun this morning, last night, every day before, every day since I've started this morning experiment here, this captain's log, this personal diary. Dear diary, today I farted for the first time in my entire life. No, really, it has totally changed my life. I actually get everything out. I hold nothing back. I spend every day fresh and new without any bullshit holding me back. No baggage, right? I feel like doing more. I'm more interactive with my family and people out in the world. I feel more comfortable interacting with perfect strangers. You know, it's just like a miracle drug, my show.
So I'm pleased as punch, and I hope y'all are going to come back and join me again.
Either here live or in a playlist. I know it's hard for a lot of people in my area to get up at 5 and watch this. But if you're out there watching, even if it's in a playlist and you're watching, leave a comment. Let me know you stopped by, because I will get a notification that says, hey, so-and-so left a comment. And then I can comment back and give you spread some love, you know. So it looks like I am going to be headed off to breakfast because I'm starving, man. So what happens when you're starving? Where do you go for breakfast? I don't know, man. Let me get some sound going here. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I know what I could use right now. Some food.
If you don't really wake up until the sun is warm, you should do something to break your usual morning pattern, like eat a nice big breakfast. And your breakfast is ready at McDonald's. We've cooked up fresh scrambled eggs, pure pork sausage, and crunchy McDonald's hash browns, served with a toasty buttered English muffin. We're right on your way, so come on in. You'll be wide-eyed in no time.
Nobody can do it
Your breakfast is ready at McDonald's.
like McDonald's can.
Yeah, I could definitely go for one of them egg McMuffins. Ooh, or even a McGriddle. Or the big breakfast. Yeah, the big breakfast. Nobody does it like McDonald's. The golden tombstones. Right? All right, people. It is time for me to get into my phone booth and time jump the hell out of here. I hope you have enjoyed this morning's show. And will come back with me tonight, because tonight it's going to be a lot of fun. I kid you not, people. All right, love you. Love each other. peace, goodwill, and stay weird. Love you.